Welcome, welcome. My name is Tracy Allen, for those of you that don't know me, and I am here today to share with you how I got started with Uber and why I got started with Uber and some of the amazing bonuses that they have so that you're able to go ahead and get started with Uber as well and make some additional money. Whether you want to do this full-time or part-time, there's something for everyone. And the neat thing about Uber is you totally get to work this the way you want to work it. You want to work an hour a day, totally up to you. You know, if you want to work 10 hours a day, you can totally do that as well. You turn the Uber app on when you're ready to work, and you turn it off when you don't want to take another request or something. Maybe you need to go to the restroom or whatever the case may be. So it's a fantastic opportunity for people. It's you know, especially if you're an entrepreneur, you've got a lot of things going on, you want to have a flexible schedule, this is definitely a great way to go. So a little bit about myself. Who am I? I am Tracy Allen, originally from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. And I've been living out here in San Diego since 1994. I am a Navy veteran. I came to San Diego by way of marriage. I was married to a Navy man, and we came out here to San Diego in 1994, like I said. And I love it here. I absolutely love it here. So I'm also a mama. I have two great children that are both grown and doing great things in this world. So super proud of them. And so I'm also a video producer, internet marketer, and you know, I produce videos for businesses, and I do marketing for businesses. And I named my business 9 to 5 Not, for a couple of reasons. Number one, I don't have a 9 to 5 kind of attitude. I love entrepreneurism. And I just think it's so awesome when people are able to go ahead and create their own business and get out there and be able to share the products and services that they have that produces goodness for other people and produces income for them. So I'm all about entrepreneurship, excuse me, and I named the business 9 to 5 Not because also the tools that I provide, video, marketing, all of that works beyond the hours of 9 to 5. Your video is always working for you. The marketing is always working for you. So that's why it's 9 to 5 Not. And those of you that are on this video, chances are you're probably a 9 to 5 Not person yourself. I need to create a 9 to 5 Not club, because this tells me that you want some flexibility and you want to be able to make some additional money. And this is a great way to be able to do it. And so as an entrepreneur, as most of you probably know, sometimes making money is not so steady, right? Sometimes the money doesn't come in the way you would like it to. It's not, you know, you get people that say, okay, yeah, I want to do some business with you, and then they maybe take a while. And so now you're held up trying to take care of things, and that's not flowing for you. So that's part of the reason why I got started with doing Uber. What happened was I had, well, I'm gonna take you back. Let me share some stuff with you. I promised that I was gonna share some stuff with you guys that you didn't know about. So let's take it back to last year. Last year, I started being a presenter for a company out here in San Diego. I was doing presentations, doing seminars at restaurants for seniors and all of this stuff. And I loved what I was doing. It was a great job, right? So oftentimes people say, well, I don't want to do entrepreneur stuff because I need a job. I need something to be steady, and I need to be able to rely on it. So I fell into that trap last year. I got comfortable doing this job, and then also I had another business on the side, and that started picking up, and money was coming in that way, and I got comfortable. I wasn't even interested in creating videos and doing any marketing because I was doing okay, right? So come July of last year, I wound up having to have surgery, and you know, I went in for my surgery. It took about 2 months for me to get back on my feet. And so during that time, I didn't have any money coming in. And then the little side business that I had, well, that died down. The people that were doing great and I was getting money off of what they were doing, that stopped. So everything came to a complete halt pretty much. And so once I fell behind on bills, rent, everything. And so then once I started back to work after the surgery, I'm trying to catch up. You know, I'm getting caught up. So finally, I finally start getting caught up, and just as I'm almost there, right before Thanksgiving, they laid all of us off. All of the presenters, they laid us all off. So now I have no income coming in. And this is right before the holidays, right? So of course I'm reaching out to people and I'm trying to get things going, and people are like, well, right now it's the holidays, I don't want to do anything. So I'm like scrambling trying to get some money over here. And it was just really, really tough. So the beginning of the year, I'm falling behind still because I still don't have any money coming in. And then I had a death in the family. It's just been this chain of events that took place. And I fell further and further behind on everything. So for me to be able to still have a place to stay, I am so, so blessed. But then after a while, I decided, I had some friends that were talking about they were going to consider Uber. So one of my friends, he said, man, I'm thinking about doing Uber. I said, oh, wow, I would totally do it, but I just don't have a car right now. Okay. And at the time that I was doing the presentations, I had a car, but that wasn't my car. And so anyway, so now, I've got my friend saying, I'm thinking about doing Uber. And he says, yeah, it's doing pretty good for a lot of people, making some pretty good money and everything. And I said, well, I just don't have a car. So then another friend, she says, I'm thinking about doing Uber. And I said, really? I would totally do it if I had a car. So she told me, she said, well, they have a financing program. I don't know how that works or anything like that. So I decided to look into it, right? So I start checking into it, seeing that they do have some sort of financing program. So I signed up for Uber, and then I let them know I don't have a car. Now, I signed up for Uber July 31st. Well, come August, I get this email, and I'm going to show you guys my email because I was so excited. But I get this email, and it's like, you're approved for our special leasing program. Now, before they approved me, the first thing that had to happen was that I had to fill out information about myself. They had to do a background check. So once that background check cleared and they came back and said that everything was cool, I can begin driving. I said, okay, well, now I need a vehicle, So they sent me an email about one leasing program, or not leasing program, but a car financing program that they had. And I didn't have the money for a down payment. As an entrepreneur, sometimes we have hiccups in life, like I shared with you guys. And, credit takes a hit, and so my credit has not been in like the best of shape, especially the past year and stuff. So I'm like, oh boy, how am I going to work this? Because I don't have a lot of money to make a down payment, and my credit's not great. So I look at that and I'm like, well, I can't do that one. So then I get this other email, and this email is saying, you're approved for our special leasing program for only $250 deposit. You can get started, get a brand new car, and get on out there and start making with Uber. And I'm like, So I'm giving it the side eye because I'm thinking, is this real? Are they pulling my leg? And so let me share with you guys my screen so that you're able to see the email that I got. And like I said, at first I was thinking, you guys are lying to me, but they were telling the truth. Let's see, share. Let's go over here. Let's find it. Hopefully you guys will be able to see. I thought I had already pulled it up. Okay. Hopefully you're able to see. But in July, this is where Uber is saying, you're all set, head to the dealership and they'll be able to help you out, right? July 31st is actually when I applied for that special program. And so it was really just that easy, guys. Let me find another email for you guys because I keep all my stuff. I'm a hoarder, email hoarder. Let's see. It is the exchange program. Let's see, we received a request. Anywho, I don't want to take up a bunch of time trying to find this particular email, but the point is you're able to get started with Uber with a special program that they have, and if and that's if you've got a good background check. Okay, so I'm gonna stop sharing that and come back to you guys. If your background check checks out and you don't have any felonies, misdemeanors, things like that, you're usually pretty good to go. They really work with people in terms of the credit. So you don't have to worry about having a superior credit or anything like that, because I certainly didn't have that myself. But you need to make sure that you are over 21. that you don't have any DUIs, especially not within the past 10 years. And if you can fly through all of that, then there's no reason why you can't get started with their program. And that's if you need a car. Now, if you already have a car, then just go ahead and get started, you know. And I'm going to give you a link. I want you guys to sign up with me because there's some great bonuses and stuff that they're giving out. So I'm going to go into that in a little bit more detail. But basically, let me just share with you how I got started. So like I said, I went ahead, I filled out the application. I went to the car dealership. They told me what car I was supposed to get. They said, you're going to get a 2015 Nissan Sentra, but I got a chance to pick which color I wanted. So I wanted black, love black. And so black interior, black out exterior. And so they take the $250 deposit, and then they start taking the payments out of my pay. It took probably about 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks before they start taking the payments out. So my payments per month is $140, not a month, $140 per week. Okay. Now, for me, I think that that's pretty fair because I did not give a down payment or anything like that. It's a 3-year leasing program. And so, you know, they take care of the maintenance and everything. So this is, I did print this out just in case I had any problems with anything. And hopefully it's not backwards to you guys. But this is explaining how the program works and stuff. So it says no mileage cap. So even though it's a lease, there's no mileage caps on it. You drive as much as you like. Only a $250 deposit. Maximum amount financed up to $20,000. You needed to have a model. Like if you don't have, if you do have a car, if your car is a 2010 or newer with like 60,000 miles or less, that's what they'll allow you to use. And they do inspect your car and stuff like that. Maintenance is included with the leasing program. So they take care of the oil changes, the tire rotation, the air filter replacement. Uber takes care of all of that. And easy payments deducted from your weekly earnings. So that's the email that I received. Let me know that I had a green light to get started. So I've gone to the dealership, picked out my car. And the only reason I didn't get a chance to drive off faster with the car was 2 things. Number one, it was a Saturday when I went. And I had problems getting online with the insurance because you need a special type of insurance. You can't just use your old insurance. You need something that includes the passengers, the rideshare insurance. And that can be really pricey. But there's a company out there called Metro Mile, and they take care of Uber drivers and stuff. And so I'll explain a little bit more about Metro Mile in a minute. But I couldn't get it going online. So that was a problem. So then I come back on Monday, and they had mistakenly put my GPS in another vehicle. And they had to get that GPS back from that customer to put it in my car. Uber does make sure that there's a GPS in the car for a couple of reasons. Number one, if you are driving with Uber, it needs to register where you are so that if somebody's looking for a ride, it picks up on the Uber driver closest to that person that needs a ride. So let's say I'm in downtown San Diego by the harbor, and somebody is right down the street or something, and they request an Uber ride. Well, it's looking for who's closest. And so if that's me, my phone will start beeping and let me know that there's somebody that needs a ride. This is the name of the person, and you're going to go pick them up over at this location. And then it has a navigation and all of that stuff. So the GPS is there so they can find you and find out, you know, help you to get to that next customer and stuff like that. And the other reason I believe is totally, if you don't make your car payments, let's say you just decide, oh, I'm gonna get the car and I'm not really gonna drive for Uber and I'm not gonna make the payments. Well, they got a way of finding that car and they're gonna come get that car, right? So they have a GPS in there. So they had to get the GPS back from the customer, and I had to wait. That was a pain, but that wasn't an Uber thing. That was just a issue that happened at the car dealership, right? But once I got it, I was able to turn the Uber app on and start driving. And the Uber app looks a little bit different than the passenger app. Okay, so like here is the Uber app. So if I tap the Uber app, it opens up slowly but surely. It opens up. And then it will say, go online. So if I decided I wanted to go online, if I tap that, and I'm going to tap it, I'm going to hurry up and turn it back off so nobody needs me. But what happens is, if somebody needed a ride, it would beep and it would start having this little circle that comes around, okay? And then I'm going to go back offline before anybody needs me. But you have to tap that real fast to make sure that you can accept that ride. So I just accept the ride and everything, and I go pick the person up or people. It usually only shows like one name, but you pick up your party, take them to where they're going, and it's a pretty easy process. So if you guys do get started, I'm more than happy to walk you through how to use that app, because I had a few challenges myself when I first started using it. Like, how do I contact people? Anyway, so I was able to start driving for Uber. And so what I do personally is I typically drive on the weekends, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and I make enough to make my car payment with some money left over. Now, let me share with you how this works in terms of making money. On average, you probably will make anywhere between $10 and $20 per hour. And the reason I say that, like, sometimes you might be downtown and you'll pick up somebody from downtown. And they're only going to another part of downtown. Maybe that ride is only about $5 or $6, okay? Uber takes a percentage of everything that you make, okay? That's how this works, okay? So if you made about $6 on that trip, technically you probably only made about $4 or something like that. Then let's say somebody else needs a ride, okay? You go ahead and you grab that one, drop that person off. Then let's say somebody else is going from downtown to Chula Vista or something. Now you've made probably a little over $20 within that first hour. So it goes off of however many trips that you have and the location, like how far you're going and stuff like that. So, people love Uber because it's a neat ride share program. You don't have to worry about the taxi drivers. Like, so many people complain about the taxi drivers. Their cars are not clean or whatever. And I'm not saying that. I haven't experienced that myself. I've taken a few cabs in my lifetime, and I've never had a dirty cab that I've gotten into. But that's the kind of feedback that I get. And then we're cheaper. It's just a lot cheaper. So people tell me all the time that, oh, for this same ride, your charge is only like $30. A cab ride will cost me like $60. So people are saving money and they're using Uber, and it's continually growing. It's becoming a household name. So people will take Uber from, to work, from their job, going to someplace else. Not just the bar scenes, you got people that need a ride to and from the airports. The airports, that's been an issue. Some places across the country still don't allow Uber to come into the airports, but they're constantly working on it. They're negotiating everything with all these different airports and stuff like that. Why it's like that, I don't know. But people take it, to school, whatever. So I'm always picking people up, that need a ride to, like, maybe the trolley station or what have you. So it's a great way to be able to do transportation. And it's kind of fun because you get to meet new people, both people, the driver as well as the passenger. And on the passenger side, when any of you, if you've ever taken an Uber ride, you know that it sends you a picture of your driver. So you kind of have an idea of what they look like before they show up. So that's a safety thing that they have in place. It'd be nice if someday they start doing it for the drivers. Send us a picture of the passengers so that we know who we're picking up too. But you guys have that the ability to go ahead and see who's coming out. It should show you the make and model of the car. And then we typically, the drivers that I know, our cars are kept clean. I keep my car clean, I really do. Vacuum it, make sure it smells good and all of that stuff. So a lot of people are really getting used to Uber, and they're using it all the time. That is just their form of transportation. Even people that have cars, they still will use Uber. And then another thing that they do for our safety is the fact that we don't carry cash. So it's a cashless thing. So in order for you to get an Uber ride, you actually have to have a credit debit card, and they take that payment out of that credit or debit card. Now, the part I don't care for too much is the lack of tips. A lot of times people are like, it's a cashless thing. I don't have to give you the cash. See you, thanks, bye. Well, then there's some people that understand that it's still a very similar service to the taxi rides. And so there are some people that will tip. And so I greatly appreciate it. However, we can't go around asking people, can I get a tip? You know, what's up? You know, it's kind of like their own discretion. And then you can let people know that, you know, although tips are not mandatory, it's definitely appreciated. So I always let people know I really appreciate when they do tip. Okay. But you don't want to put a tip jar, my personal opinion, you don't want to put a tip jar in your vehicle because people have to rate you. And if somebody doesn't like your tip jar, they can rate you and say, well, I didn't like the fact that they're trying to force me into a tip, and so I'm giving them a rating of 3. So you have people that will rate you for whatever reason, a little less than 5 stars or whatever. But if I ever pick you guys up, I need a 5-star rating, okay? Definitely going to give you top-notch service. I enjoy what I do, and I love people. So I just think that it's a great opportunity. And so now what they're doing for the month of October, so here's where it gets good. Here's the money part, okay? Through the month of October, they're giving out extra bonuses. Like right now, if you guys signed up and you wanted to be an Uber driver, excuse me, and you referred new business and stuff. Oh, wait, I see it. Okay. I'm trying to see. All right, I think I found a way to start seeing your questions and stuff. Sorry about that. But yeah, so you normally will receive a $100 bonus for referring people, right? So you can drive and stuff, and now you got a way to make hands-free money. You drive and you take 20 trips. If I've referred you, you've gone through my link, you're a new driver and stuff, then I get a $100 bonus after you've done 20 trips, and you get a $100 bonus. And they pay out every week. They pay every Thursday. We get direct deposit. Okay, but for the month of October, they're doing a really great thing where if you are, if you're driving, I'm sorry, I got distracted. They're doing a $750 bonus if you got 5 people that decided to do Uber. Okay, so let me break this down. You're an Uber driver, you've signed up, you're out there, you're doing your 20 trips, or you've done your 20 trips, and now you've got 5 friends that say, man, I want to do Uber as well. Uber will pay you $100 per person, but they're also offering an extra incentive for the month of October. By the 31st, everybody that you've referred, if they've done their 20 trips, now you get $750 bonus. If you refer 10 people and they've done their 20 trips by the 31st, you're going to get a $1,500 bonus. And if you have 20 people that sign up to be Uber drivers and they do their 20 trips by October 31st, the company's paying $3,000. So needless to say, I was motivated to share this information with you guys because of course, anybody that signs up under me, well, that's going to be a tremendous help for me as well, but you're also going to be getting paid. I spoke to somebody earlier today that called me and was so excited that I was going to be sharing this information because he said this had gone on in his life and he needed to make some money, and he had been thinking about doing Uber, but he just wasn't too sure, and he felt like today's message was confirmation for him. So I felt really good in being able to share this with you guys because honestly, I was I didn't want to share the information. I didn't want to tell people I was an Uber driver. There's so many things that I'm doing already, and I just didn't want to get people confused and say, oh my gosh, now she's adding something else to her plate. But the reality is I got to make sure that I have income coming in when other folks are holding up off of, you know, the services that I provide and stuff like that. That's not always steady. So I had to do something in addition. And so with Uber, that has allowed me to go from not having a car, catching the buses and trolleys and stuff all the time, to now having a nice, clean, brand new vehicle that I can use for my own personal needs as well as for the job. And like I said, you turn the app on when you're ready to work and you turn it off when you don't want to work. Okay, so I'm going to try to give you guys the link in here so that you're able to go and sign up. And if you don't want to do it, please share it with someone else, okay? Because, you know, there's so many people that need to earn some additional money, and they don't know how to get started with this. And I know that when I first got that email saying that I can get started in having a brand new car, and all I needed was $250 to get started, I kind of thought, is this real? But it was real, okay? And I'm living proof. I have the car. Also, if you go to my capture page, MsTracyAllen.com/driver, you can get on my list. And as I share different things that happen throughout San Diego, as I'm doing Uber and stuff, I'm going to be sharing that information with you, as well as anything that I think will help bring some extra money, you know, to go into your pocket. So MsTracyAllen.com/DRIVER. All right, now again, if you guys can't see this, let me know. But that is really about it, guys. I mean, that's me. That's why I got started. That's how I got started. And so at this point, if you have questions, you can go ahead and pop them in, and hopefully I can see what it is that you're asking. And if you cannot, if I don't see your question, just text me or something. 619-609-7214. All right. And if you're not ready to ask a question right now, but if you think about it later, you can always get at me later too. Okay. So any questions? Let me do this. I'm waiting. I won't close it out just yet. I'm gonna wait. See if you guys have anything. Toolbox. Let me put my little toolbox in here. And for those of you that are my Facebook friends, you're able to send me messages that way too. So we'll use just Tracy. Ah, okay. And enter our tagline. All right. So save. Okay. Anywho, that's all I have, guys. I don't know if you're able to change this. No, you're not seeing that. But if you have questions, contact me. Okay. So I'm on Facebook. I'm on Twitter. I'm on Instagram. Got my cell phone. However I can help, I'm more than willing to do that. And I'll probably do another Google Hangout and see if I can get this question and answer thing to work better in the future. I was trying to find somebody to practice with, but I had nobody to practice with. So I'm gonna let you guys go. And like I said, if wait, I see now there. Okay, Charlene said I don't see the link. Do I need a cell phone? Oh, okay, good question. Thank you for asking that. Question. You need a cell phone in order to be able to do the job, because the orders are going to come through on your cell phone. Some people get a second phone from Uber, and Uber charges like $10 a week for that phone, because it's sometimes good to have two phones. So you need your own phone, and then you might want to get an Uber phone so that you're able to use the app, but also be able to still use your phone, you know, for whatever purposes you have. So yes, thank you for asking that. Let's see, where's the link? That's not it. I'll put it on Facebook, or I'll put it underneath the video once we're done with this, because the video is automatically created whenever you do a Google Hangout. So you'll be able to click on the link from the video and stuff, okay? Man, I'm gonna have to do this again so that you guys can ask questions, because I know that there's got to be some things that I didn't cover. But for those of you that have my information, you know, contact me. let's get this rolling, okay? So I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys. Thank you for tuning in.